Okay, this is a bit of a drought and maize update. Bit of a combo video really. We're going to go along and look at our maize crop, and I'll just show you how the drought has impacted on that and also the grassland around us. So we've had a lot of rain lately, and you might think, oh well, that's the end of the drought for the farmer, but it's not. The impact on the grass is that I just haven't got enough grass in the field. We're still feeding silage bales. I've got some square bale silage there. Well, this sort of haylage really. Ignore that one there, someone gave us that, but it's not really up to spec, so we're not having any of those. So we're feeding that silage there. I have got some more stuff coming in, because we're gonna have to keep feeding now through till when they come in, whenever that is. Bit worrying really, expensive, I tell you what, it's costing me a fortune. But we're gonna go along, I'm just gonna go along and have a look at the maize crop, because believe it or not, it's actually ready to harvest now. First time I think I've harvested it this early. I've just spoken to Andy Sampson today about coming in to harvest it, because I went along with my brother to check the cobs the other day, and they are absolutely ripe on the plant. I don't see any reason really to keep it in the field now, because the cobs aren't going to get any better. The plant itself, I don't think is going to grow anymore now. We're into September. It's not going to put on any extra growth. If anything, it'll start degrading. So while it's still got a bit of greenness about it and a bit of bulk, I'm better off having that in the clamp. And also, maize silage is actually better in the clamp for a couple of months before you feed it. So if I get it in early enough, it will actually ferment, and it'll improve with time. So we're going to go and have a look at the maize. On the way, I'm going to stop at the grassland. I'll just show you the impact on the grass along the field, where we potentially would get a third cut of silage, and also where we should be grazing cows now. And what it shows you why I'm feeding. Right, let's go and have a look. Right, so first stop, this is a field, we rent this one actually. This is a field that we would normally get third cut on. We normally get a few round bales on it. So this is the last field we've got to mow on the farm. Hasn't had any fertiliser on it because we held back because of the cost of the fert. But normally we'd get a reasonable crop on it. But if you look at it now, look at this. For a grass cut, look, there's the depth of my hand there. Look at that, it should be up to my flipping elbow or something. Look at it. This is a field where they fly tipped all that bloody rubbish. I was going to say a rude word there, and then I realised I'd probably get myself in trouble. So a certain element of society decided to fly tip just there. We know about that. So I'm going to have to try and cut something off here. Any bale's a bale worth having this year. So I will take some cut off here, but they're pathetic, isn't it? The interesting thing is, you probably all seen the rain that's been coming around the UK over summer, but basically, even though we're in drought situation in the UK, we seem to have been a lot worse just literally in this band of the village. I was speaking to another farmer the other day, and he was saying exactly what I thought. When you see on the weather forecast this rain come through, it seems to have skipped Titherington. I don't know why, whether it's come up the Severn Valley and dumped it in Thornbury, or whether it's gone over the Cotswolds that way. But all these flipping weather things where you've seen, oh, rain's come through the West Country, it's flipping skipped it. It's only in the last week we finally got some decent rain, but really, that's too late for me to be looking at a lot of useful grass growth. We will get some, but it won't recover what we've lost. So it's a flipping nightmare. Right, but we're going to go and have a look at the maize, which is even more of a nightmare. Happy days. Okay, so as a way of contrast, I thought I'd just stop at our neighbours on the way. He's in the same predicament as us, and if you look across there, he's got very short stunted maize as well. Right, let's go and have a look at ours. Right, let's go and have a look. Oh. Here we go, Looby Loo. Here we go, rubbish maize. Right. Ignore the bit by the gate, because this is always the bit that doesn't get the muck and gets all the compaction. So we're going to go on through here. And in fact, the bit that's actually nearest the hedge, I think, is looking the best, because it got a bit of shade, I think, from and didn't get scorched in the same way as some in the middle of the field did. So I'm going to go on through here. Right, it's interesting. So some of the plants on this side aren't so bad. And look at this one, that's the proper high one, isn't it? But if I get through, I feel like a jungle explorer. I need one of those, what do they call them, like a chopper thing. I need to get my chopper out. You don't want to see my chopper, I tell you. Right, and here we go, look. And I repeatedly explained to people, but they didn't listen in the first video. The bands of stone that go through this farm, particularly in this field. Here we have an example of what happened here with the lack of moisture. So up there, you can see the plants are reasonable. Okay, they're stunted, but they're reasonable. We go on here where the band of stone goes across. This is the band of stone. It's literally is. Look, it's followed the band of stone, the drop here through, and there'll be another one at the top there. 100% certain when we get up the top, I'm not going up there now, but when we harvest it, there will be a band of stone, there will be maize like this. But if we have a look at the cobs, let's go and have a look at one. Look, bearing in mind I'm filming this on the, what's the date today? About 12th of September, is it? I don't know. It's Tuesday anyway. Or is it Tuesday? It's Wednesday today. Wednesday, something or other of September. That cob's ready. There's no juiciness in it. Look, I don't know whether you can see it. I judge it on, it goes like a powdery. Can you see that? It's powdery. It's like, almost like floury. That is the best way of describing it, floury. That's ready to go. And that is amazing. And that's going in the clamp next week. It won't hurt another week. Well, it won't hurt for months, but you start losing a bit of the plant, so there is no point in me holding on. So there's where we're at with the maize. We've got a crop that has matured early because I think of the drought. It stopped growing and basically the cobs have just matured. It basically went into a holding pattern in about July. I could see it as soon as we stopped. You know, it took a while for the drought to kick in, but basically what happened is the plant sort of then decided, right, I'm almost going in hibernation. I stopped growing. In fact, some of the leaves actually shriveled up, stopped growing, and then started ripening off the cob, presumably because of the extra heat. It ripens early, so I am not waiting for that. That's going in the clamp next week. Right, we're going to have a look at our grass because we got a similar story with that. Let's go and have a look. Right, let's go and have a look at the grass. Oh, I can't get the door open. Oh, right. Typical Land Rover, a bit's falling off it, not working. Right, I'll just show you where the cows are now. Someone's beeping me. People beep me, I never know where they are. Oh, there's a cheeky blackberry, look. Can we have a cheeky blackberry? Oh, there's another one. Life's always better with a cheeky blackberry. Right, well, the cows are, in theory, grazing down there. Except they're not, they've gone. And they've legged it back because they've eaten the bit of grass I gave them this morning and they've gone back hoping for round bales. Because they are getting bales later. So, the grass has just started to grow. Just started. But the problem we've got is your typical September weather now. There's a bit of warmth in the sun today, but tomorrow is supposed to be cold again. And realistically, we're losing the daylight. So, lack of daylight and lack of temperature means the grass is really slowing down. But this is the field I'm putting them in tomorrow. Now normally I would strip graze this and I'd be thinking, oh, I'll get 5 days out of it, maybe 7. What we're going to do is we're going to let them in and have the whole field tomorrow. Because look at these bare bits here behind me. Can you see that? Right, I'm going to walk out in the middle. So the last thing we did graze this maybe a month ago when we were in the middle of the drought, and we managed to get 2 days worth of grazing out of it. And then I thought it would come back, and now we're going to go and have a look. I will just turn the camera around. Let me just show you where we're going. Can you see this dead grass? Right, I'm going to go over to that orange thing because there's obviously someone's rubbish out there. Right, I'm nearly out of battery now, so if I cut out, you know it's the end of the video anyway. But look at this. The grass is, oh, there's a maize cob there. There we go, someone's rubbish, look. Here we go, a Doritos packet, charming. But look at this, look. Patches of green amongst it, but the grass has not recovered. You can just see the odd green shoot there, look. So, I don't think that grass isn't going to recover for this autumn, is it? It might make it through the winter, sorry, and grow back. And hopefully in the spring it'll be okay. My biggest worry is it won't grow back and we get a lot of volunteer seeds in, dandelions, docks and stuff to fill the void. But anyway, you can see, even though we've had the rain, it's too late for that grass for this season. So there you go, there's what I'm dealing with. I'm not down.